Hello humans, and welcome to another episode of Gen X Gamer. Nintendo Switch 2 is set for gaming's biggest launch ever at $400 plus. This is according to Bloomberg. Right here in my formerly nicotine-stained hands, I'm reading the newspaper. And let me tell you, this is a lot of units to be set at launch, about 8 million they're predicting. This article is by Takashi Mochizuki. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Now, let me tell you, investors are very interested in this, and both in the up and downside. And let me tell you why. Because the price might be a barrier. The reason I'm putting this thumbnail in there with the new prototype that Samsung has is because Xbox is looking to produce handhelds in partnerships with other companies. Could it be Samsung? It could be, and that would be a great move. But I think the opening is being built here by this price point. The price point of the Nintendo Switch 2 is from $399 to $499, according to most industry experts on what's being reported out there. Now at $499, you could buy a PlayStation. Now I don't care how powerful this machine is going to be, which is reportedly going to be last generation, right? It's going to be like a PlayStation 4, like the previous Xbox, but on the go. Maybe a little bit better, but around there. Are you getting the same value as a PlayStation? If you're a first-time adopter, right, of a platform, are you going to go for the PlayStation, or are you going to go for the Nintendo Switch 2? Wow, I mean, that's a hard choice. You know, if you're really a fan of Nintendo, of course you're going to get it. But if you're talking about bringing in new people, then you got a problem. Then you have a problem because you're talking at $499, which we have to just say, okay, it's probably going to have a game in there. At $499, you're competing not only with home consoles, which are much more powerful, which would have better graphics altogether. You're also competing with some low-level computers, but more importantly, you're competing with cell phones. That's right, you know, the new iPhone, 16e, is going out there for a cheaper price than anybody can go get by signing up, you know, to whatever cell phone company. You're competing with, lower powered, but, you know, probably more powerful computers that can run current generation software. You're competing with a lot more at that price point. What made the Nintendo Switch successful was not only the portability, but the price point. It looks like they want to take a chunk of the profit right off the bat here by having this biggest launch. And I'm telling you, this is what Bloomberg is reporting, that they're looking to have about 8 million consoles at launch. And partners, you know, anticipate that the price tag is going to be $400 or more. Now, U.S. tariffs could further complicate things, you know, by adding these new tariffs that we're talking about. And I don't know if they're looking to come back and, you know, put consoles, and start making consoles here locally, or at least assembling them. But I mean, am I looking forward to play Metro Prime 4 for $500? I'm not. I'm going to be honest with you. I mean, if I get it as a gift, great. But I mean, if I'm going to spend $500, I need a lot more. I'm looking for more value for my money. And many people probably feel the same way. Now, I'm not predicting that the Switch 2 is going to be a failure. I'm not. But I don't believe it's going to grow the market, not at this price. They're going to have to lower it a little bit. I think at launch they could get away with it because people really want it. You want to have the latest and greatest, but you know, for the majority of people that are out there looking to come into the market, you know, there's a lot there that you can do with $500. Number one. Number two, it's leaving a big opening in the market, and we already see that PlayStation exploring handhelds. We see Xbox is exploring handhelds, and who could be Xbox partner? It could be Samsung. They haven't announced it yet. They could have multiple partners. As a matter of fact, rather than just walk away from the business altogether that we've talked about as far as, you know, making consoles, they could just subsidize other companies in order to make exclusive products for them. Like, for example, this prototype that they're talking about, this foldable prototype, which is much more portable than the Switch 2, by the way, because you can actually fold it. That's the reason why the directional buttons that they have there have a hole in them, is so you can actually fold the unit and just take it on the go. It makes it smaller than any Switch product currently available, right? But if you fund it, let's say you're Microsoft and you get a partnership and you fund this, then you can make it exclusive. The only service that you're going to have on here is going to be the Xbox Game Pass. Not only that, they can fund it further. If you could buy this in a mobile store, right? Then you can say, okay, it's free as long as you subscribe to the service for a 2-year contract like they used to do before. I mean, there's a huge gap opening in the market that Nintendo doesn't have. And they might be overplaying their hand here, because as far as the home console market, PlayStation, right? PlayStation is the leader, and they could have a Play Anywhere product like they have now with their portable, but they can actually make it more portable as long as you subscribe to a cell phone service or whatever service they have. You can connect anywhere. So there's a few challenges coming up for the Nintendo Switch 2 that the Nintendo Switch never had. They never had to deal with any of this stuff, right? The only thing that the Nintendo Switch 2 could say had anything to a comparison to a competitor was the Steam Deck, and that was so much more, the price was so much higher that didn't even compare, right? There's two different sets of customers there. What's going to happen? I don't know. But there's one thing I can tell you is that Xbox and PlayStation are going to be looking for every weakness, every weakness that they can see in the armor of the Nintendo Switch 2 in order to gain an advantage or put a foothold, right? Put their foot in the market as far as portable gaming, to take a bite out of that market, because they can see how successful the Switch became over time, how many units they've sold overall. Now, that's a hard number to turn down. And if they're coming out here with 8 million, I predict those 8 million are going to sell out. I think the issue is going to be more than that, right? If you want to go beyond those numbers in a faster amount of time, is it going to do the same numbers as the Switch at this price point? I don't see it. Not in this economy, right? Not with tariffs, not with the inflation, even though it's going down now. I think the public is looking for a little bit more than, PlayStation 4 graphics on the go at this date and time. They might be overplaying their hand. I can't tell the future, but there's some challenges for sure that Nintendo's going to face. Well, you guys tell me what you think. Will Xbox partner up with Samsung, or will it be another company of renown? I don't know, but it sure would be a good idea. All right, humans, I will catch you on the next one. Thank you so much for liking. Thank you so much for subscribing. Take care.
New videos every Monday and Sunday. Thank you for joining me on another episode of the Gen X Gamer. Remember to like and subscribe, click that notification bell, and remember, never ever be afraid to be happy. I'll catch you on the next one. Take care.